This is a collision between modern technology and magic from another world. With the sudden appearance of the time portal, a gate connecting two worlds is opened. An army from another world steps out. The moment the war horn sounds, the orcs launch an attack on the humans. They begin massacring humans, while dragons circle the skies, archers at the back fire volleys picking off survivors. The sudden chaos throws the crowd into panic, and people can only scatter and flee. Soon the enemy's cavalry charges forward. Countless orc soldiers surge forward, wielding massive hammers smashing at the gates, trying to break into the last refuge. The enemy commander knows full well that he should be cautious in this strange world, but the temptation of vast resources finally overwhelms his reason, and waiting for them are modern forces. In the distance, armed helicopters scream toward them. In one quick strike, they annihilate the dragons. On the ground, troops set up heavy machine guns, aiming at the charging orcs. Under the overwhelming firepower of the humans, the orcs' shields are useless. With the enemy commander slain on the battlefield, the 60,000-strong army from another world is wiped out. The humans win a decisive victory, but countless lives are lost in this battle. Afterward, the nation's leaders hold a discussion about the incident. They have preliminarily decided on a response plan, choosing to send troops to the other world without destroying the time portal. They aim to make the enemy pay. All units are mobilized and assembled in record time. With one command, the tank division enters the time portal first, followed by the armored vehicles. After a half-hour journey, modern forces step onto the land of this strange world. What they see before them is an unfamiliar land. Meanwhile, in the empire of the other world, the king furrows his brow, knowing that his failed strategy has cost the empire 60% of its military strength. If the vassal states rebel now, the empire will be on the brink of collapse. He manages to hide the fact of the empire's defeat. The king quickly comes up with a countermeasure, forming a joint army with the vassal states to launch a second wave of assault against the modernized forces coming through the time portal. Even if this operation fails, it will at least exhaust the strength of the vassal states. Unaware of this, the vassal states gather 300,000 troops, full of zeal. However, on the day of the battle, the soldiers realize there are no signs of the empire's army, but retreat is no longer an option. The orcs disregard the army's warning signs, trampling them underfoot without mercy. This sight is witnessed by the alert soldiers, and soon the modern army launches a counterattack. As countless shells rain down, many soldiers are killed before they even understand what's happening. The explosions are so violent that the joint army's commander mistakes them for a volcanic eruption. When he emerges from the smoke to the battlefield, the scene before him exceeds his comprehension. In just a few minutes, the battlefield is covered in corpses. The 10,000 vanguard troops sent out have been completely wiped out, but they do not retreat. Instead, they launch a second massive attack. Under the terrifying firepower of the modern forces, another 40,000 soldiers from the joint army are killed. Inside the command tent, the generals begin to consider retreat, but the commander-in-chief feels it would be too humiliating, so he decides to make one final desperate attempt and launch a night raid to catch the enemy off guard. Using the cover of darkness, the joint army sneaks forward, preparing to flank and launch a surprise attack. But in the next moment, several flares light up the night sky, revealing their positions. Realizing the situation is dire, the commander-in-chief chooses to fight to the death, leading the charge himself. His subordinates quickly form a defensive formation around him, but under the indiscriminate fire of heavy machine guns, the soldiers' shields are like paper, and one by one, they fall. Seeing his men fall, the commander-in-chief knows he has made a grave mistake. The enemy before him is far beyond what they can defeat. Later, the king listens to his subordinates' reports, and as he expected, the remaining joint army forces flee. The battle costs the vassal states approximately 100,000 soldiers. Although they didn't retake the time portal, the battle has severely depleted the strength of the vassal states.